Hello, sir. Well, tell you what, this one's going to be a good-sized video just for you to digest, but all the facts will be pretty streamlined within minute points. So we're going to do the first thing that we did together. We're going to talk about the chord. First finger on the first fret of the G string makes a G sharp, along with the E and the B. That shape, same thing you play on a guitar also, gives you your E major. Given that your lowest string on the bass, the E, is going to be open. Open E, then we have a B, an E, and a G sharp. Nice, that's a nice chord. If you remove that first finger, that's your E minor. You can also find that kind of chord all the way up here on the 7th fret. When we go to the A string and play the 7th fret, we have A sharp or B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp or E flat, and then E. So when we play E and then these two notes right here, 7th fret, 9th fret, we get an E major as well. Those are two types of E majors we play right there. We also can take our same shape that we learned down here and play it up here at the 13th fret. 13th, 14th, 14th, E major. Thusly, if you remove that finger and go down a half step, it gives you your E minor. When we play just two fingers right here and play the A string open, point of attack, gives us an A major. Using the E shape from before at the 5th fret gives us our A. You can even leave that A string open because it works well and cover the A note at your 5th fret. That's how a lot of bass players play to get a lot of open note strength. Then you could also take that all the way up top here and play the same chord you would have played for your E. E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. So the concept is these shapes are movable. When you think about bass, we think about it in quadrants, 3 of them, and then it repeats. So if you learned it down here, you can play it up here where it comes to being fun. That's what great bass players like Pete Townsend does, Richard Bono, Chris Squire. I mean, Geddy Lee, Les Claypool. I could go on and on with the list of players that do that, but the tasty players that do that also learn the rudiments, which you are as well. So everything we're doing, try with 1 finger and then move to 2 fingers when you're comfortable. It's called walking that bass. I'll give you skill sets for that, like playing just a G major, 1, 4, 5, and doing it with 1 finger. The idea now is you want to hit that note and then pull down and fall like a bird on a wire down to the next string right below it and land on it. Boop! It does 2 things. It silences the string below it so you don't hit it, and it lets you know where you are in juxtaposition to the other things. Go slow and you'll get your own feeling from this. After we did chords like E major, A major, we talked about a song that was bluesy. It incorporated the notes of E major, A major, and B major. Now, these are all kind of relative to each other. When we talk about this, B major has 5 sharps, A major has 3, E has 4. What this really means is there's certain notes we play in each one of these keys that we don't play in the other ones. Like, for example, in the key of E major, we would play an F sharp. When we go to B, that F sharp is still there, but we consider that the 5th. B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp. So when we go to that 5th, it's natural that you can play that same F sharp note inside of some of these, but the concept is it's not in a blues groove the way you think it is. On the E, we play E, which is the 1. Then we play our 3rd finger or the pinky at the 4th fret, which is great. Then we play the 2nd fret for that B, and then we go up to the C sharp. So there we have a E, G sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, and then going down. So the concept is if we're going 1, 4, 2, 4, 5, we're going up there, not to the D sharp. However, when we move that same functionality to any other key but an open key, you can see how you can do the same lick doing the B kind of movement, which was the same thing. 2, 1, 4, 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 2, 1, 4, 1. You got this one, right? If we move that up to the 5th fret and did that, we would have D, F sharp, A, C sharp. Is that right? That's not right. It would be B sharp, sorry. It would be C flat, B. So we have boom, 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 5th fret, 4th fret, 7th fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. It's the same thing we did down here, right? But now that fingering set is what we use for all the other blues grooves. A, D, I'll move that to the E. I can slide up and do the E, G sharp, B, C sharp. Sorry, C sharp D. It's the same groove that we got. Or you can do the same groove with your fingers going backwards rather than forwards. So that same groove in A, 5, 4. Well, those are the same first two notes you're going to be playing, except we're not doing it with the second finger now. We're going to be doing it with the third finger. 5, 4, and then we go over to the 2, 3, or sorry, 4. I like to play with my pinky because I've already stretched for my spiders. So pinky on the 5, third finger on the 4th fret of the A, first finger on the 2nd fret of the D, and then we're going to do our half step, whole step, if you want, for a little blues bebop. But you don't have to have these in between notes. That's the only reason why I showed you how to do these spider exercises, so we get a little fluid with our fingers and how we move. So again, concentration is E major, A major, and B major would have the kind of groove of Now that's including all those open notes, but you don't have to play with the open notes. You can play it like E, E, G sharp, F sharp, and then instead of playing this note going up here, you can play it with the open string if you wanted to. I just don't incorporate that because I like to see the half steps when your finger gets stronger. Plus, we are doing spider exercises, but now through the eyes of a blues. When moving that from E, A, and B, we can do that in F sharp, B, and C sharp. Second fret, first fret, fourth fret, first fret, second fret, first fret, fourth fret, first fret. And then when we go up, it's the same thing. You just played for the B in an E groove. Now you play that as the 2. You practiced it in that key, right? That's why I like that program. You could go up to G. Now you're playing G blues, which is G, C, and D. C, G, D, C, back to G. If we go up a whole step, now we're in A. A goes to D, D, A, up to B, is that right? A, yeah, E, E, back to D, back to A. So that's the blues groove. On top of that, we learned 2 different mechanisms, which were hammering down with your thumb, playing the 12th fret, and then hammering on with your third finger to the 14th. Concept that what I'm going to show you are slow things that actually can be sped up to do some pretty really cool things on the bass. But that requires a little bit of finesse learning how to go. And all these notes we will know: G, G, B, B, B slide to C, C rest, pop the high C. What happens is if we go real slow with these concepts that I'll teach you, we're gonna throw some grooves down. The concept now, nail out that blues. So we could have under the back of that, if we did it in G, I can teach you how to go. them up. That requires a little finesse on the left hand and the right hand. Over here I'm doing a pop and a pull, but I can still go back to my one finger or two finger. There's certain applications you use both for. So what we're going to do is go over those. I also want to be able to show you things in chordal form and relay that to structure of the circle fifths. So this last week we kind of worked on the ideas that chords have different flats, different sharps. You know this from piano. We just want to work on the core four. Ready? C major, no sharps, no flat, 0. The first flat is F. It's off to the side. It's a fourth away. So the circle goes in fours this way and fives that way. So C major, C, D, E, F, G. So C is in the middle, F has one flat, and then the other way, G has one sharp. We're gonna start there by knowing that C sharp has all the sharps. When we say these things, it looks like this. C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, and C sharp. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, if flattened from a C sharp to a C, still remains do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, but the notes aren't verbally said as C sharp, D sharp, they're called C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Thusly, when we go down to B, that can also be called C flat, B flat, I'm sorry, A, B, C, C flat, D flat, E flat, F flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, and C flat. Absolutely. Those are 5 keys. C has no sharps and flats. C flat and C sharp have all of the sharps and flats. And then the one off to the left has one flat, that's F. So we have F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. There's our B flat. And then when we go through all the other scales, so at this point we should be able to do the scales that have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If we go to our next scale, we would have G, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. That's the first key that has a sharp. When we go up a fifth, so knowing C, C, G, G, C, 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 D, D, that's up from a C a whole step. But from the G, that's a fifth. So D has the next do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, which has D, E, F sharp, G, and then you're going to be having a C sharp at the end. G, A, B, C sharp, and D. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. This is the same scale that we've been playing all over, and this is the one that holds all these blues grooves. No matter what tempo you do it in, these are the notes for it. So what we're doing is we're working on chords, we're working on scales, and we're tying it together with songs we like. So when we reconvene next week, please have a band or an artist or a song you really want to know. We're not possibly going to learn the whole thing, but we will learn the tidbits that you want to hear out of it, and maybe we'll put the whole thing together. And if it's quick enough, I'll put a video out on the whole thing on how to do it, so we'll always have it together. Cool. It was great seeing you. We'll see you next week. Aloha.